I don't know how many formally acknowledge what came before in a meaningful way. Disgaea 4 does play with some stuff that happened in 2, but it's not a central element to it so much as just a cool thing that they did. And its coolness is very much incumbent upon how much you like a certain character. Well, I've got good news for you then, because Disgaea 4 certainly remembers Axel. It remembers Axel the entire game. It remembers him a little too much. But yeah, you certainly have the typical, hey, it's the previous characters, let's have them show up and do a thing kind of segments of the game. Mostly in the post-game for most of the characters, but you can see some other stuff. Axel and who he is relevant to the plot in D4. He's also relevant to D3, I believe, but not as much as D4. D5 is the one that people will mostly agree don't play. D6 also not really as loved. D7 seems to be getting better reviews though, but you're pretty safe to play 3 and 4. Platt can tell you more. He's played more of them than I have. But I played 4 pretty recently. 7 just came out pretty recently overall. I think I talked to everybody already. These conversations seem pretty familiar. But I would say that the closest story as far as what it's trying to do and what it's trying to say and the kinds of characters that are portrayed and the kind of arcs that those characters have. Disgaea 4 is pretty... it's in a similar vein to Disgaea 1, more so than 2 was. It's not going to be like beat for beat the same game, but you're going to see some similar ideas take shape. But none of the games tackled the same things that D1 tackled in the way that it tackled them. I don't feel that Disgaea 2's story was nearly as good as 1, but it does do some things pretty well. I think your enjoyment of 2 really comes down to how invested you are into the 2 main characters. And I mean, that's true of all the games. If you don't like the main 2 or main 3, you're just boned. But I think way more of your enjoyment comes down to how invested you are in Rosalind specifically. And you do have to wait quite a while for the good payoff in 2. Whereas I think you don't have to wait as long for as many payoffs in 1. And the way that the story is structured, you've got kind of like the Etna bits, you've got the overall Lahara arc, and then the entire time you've also got like the Flan arc kind of like going in the background. And all the angel stuff. So you don't have to be equally invested in all 3 of them. If you like one of them a lot more, then I think you're carried better throughout the game. Whereas in 2, you don't have that luxury. I don't think there's anything else to do except go to Mishalam, so we're gonna go to Mishalam. Immediately engage. You're going to continue preparing then. Is there anything I want to swap? I think you are all set. Do I want Chevalier or do I want the strength thing? I think you need longer to get the payoff for Etna into. I think once you just like you certainly have some stuff from the start with her, but you don't get everything. Which I mean, Etna's payoff in 1 is also kind of like a slow burn if you're not immediately invested in her there either. But I do think Etna in general is just one of the better characters in the series. I mean, you go a long way before you get the big payoffs of Rosalind, so you could have been far enough to have like seen some of the stuff for Etna, but none of the stuff for Rosalind. I don't know if I'm gonna have any, oh, your formation got scrambled stuff, so maybe I should consider doing some stuff here. I think I have enough attack 3s for the entire squad at this point, so let's go ahead and do something with that. Intimidation can go up there because it's good quartz value. Actually, it can't because it's not upgraded. Never mind. Septium Vein then, or Shield Breaker. Petrify also, because we want to run it for sure. Just because she has AoE Petrify. Although, like, I can't hit anything with Petrify anymore. Shield Breaker, just do it. And I don't know what I want to use on her. We know we need action 2. HP 2 and then something else maybe. Hit 2, hit 3, hit 3. Sure. You forgot who was there, Rosalind or Etna? Because they're both there kind of early, honestly. I mean, from what you're saying, like, you knew Etna's in 2, so Rosalind, I'm guessing, so you meant. I think I had axe equipped to her. I think she's got a Z in her name. I don't even remember. It's been too long. Alright, I have EP3 equipped. I could try to put one on to TO, but I don't know what I would drop. Mind 3 though. It gives us Lunar Craze access, a spell we will absolutely never use. There you go. That's how I think it's spelled, but I have not got a wiki in front of me. You tell me. Do I want to go for the arts down thing on Lloyd? Spirit Breaker. This gives me Aqua Mirage access. That's amusing. Lloyd does not need 14 moves, so we can definitely give this up. And would I rather have Sword Breaker or Spirit Breaker on Randy? Does it say that Rosalind invented the toaster? Because she did. I don't know if you knew that. I'll leave one Strength Breaker and one Spirit Breaker, I guess. Just hedge my bets a little bit. The higher elements will not be in play, so I'm not going to get much use out of space casting here. But I'm just going to stick with it, I think. Alright, let's go see what happens. It could be in my best interest to buy some more of the 10k healing items because I chug through them like crazy. But I think I got enough. It's not like this is the final dungeon or anything, so...
Sate, 私はテーマパークの方でせいぜい暴れてこよう。元の姿に戻ったら合図をするので、隙をついて屋敷に向かうがいい。わかった。
サイト、どうか気をつけて。
We just have all the names for Mishiland, don't we?
お主らの方もな。
We have Michelin, we have Mishiland, we have Michelin.
エイドスの加護。
It is a theme park of many identities. That's some weird stuff going on with those trees.
頼もしいね。
よし、こっちもまずはホテルのアーケードまで。
Immediately Jaegered?
いたぞ、バーニングスタチだ。
Inevitable struggle already? Does it play the entire time? That's the only way I'm going to accept this.
敵両兵さん、軍用魔獣さん。どうやらかなりの精鋭のようです。
迎撃用意。連携して撃破するぞ。
We get the 5x gotcha comments. I do love this track, but it feels like we're using it a little too early here. Alright, these guys are different versions. We have to scan them anew.
分析を開始します。詳細データゲットです。
He can be delayed.
やれやれ。
Yada yada. Alright, we have another analyze we can throw down.
行くぞ。
Hello, I would like to pull you into the corner, please. Or as far back as I can get you. Counterattacks can go through. The cats, I don't know if they can be moved or not, but if they're in the position where they would be dragged, then they don't move. Big gun guy can definitely be moved. Pretty much every humanoid enemy in the game can be moved. He was basically in the spot he would have been moved to, I guess. So he can also be delayed. We gotta scan a cat. Not skin a cat, scan a cat.
行きます。
I'll have Wazzy do it. Was he? I don't know.
行くよ。
Maybe. Cats can also be delayed. That's wild. Alright, let's see who gets moved. Yeah, there was just no open space for the greatsword, but everyone else got moved. But every one of these guys can be moved.
行きます。
Meh.
エニグマ駆動。
俺の番だ。
Hello, I would like to yell, please. You guys live? That's so cool.
私の番です。
Can Wazi kill the two on the right by himself? I think he can.
エニグマ駆動。
Well, now there's 3 to kill, and it's not gonna happen, so. I was thinking of just dropping like one of these small AoEs. I can't even hit with it anyway. There's no way that's gonna work. Maybe it'll work. Nope, not quite. Counterattacks can finish it though. Whatever. I can get it in one spell from here. Hello, Sparkdine, please.
良いデータが取れました。やりました。
Welcome back to the squad. Enjoy your skill upgrade. Good thing we got that EP charge because we're going to need them.
さすがに手強い。
最強クラスの連中だ。全力で行くしかねえ。
Well, the good news is I don't have to waste time analyzing the next batch of greatsword, gun, or cat we
急ぎ
see.
ましょう。サイトの陽動が始まります。
ああ、アーケードに出るぞ。確か従業員も全員退去しているはずだな。
はい。戦闘に巻き込む心配はいりません。
だったら存分にやり合えそうだね。
Man, can't interact with them. Sad times. Alright, anything to do over here? Is the stray cat still here? Damn. I wanted to feed Elizabeth. Oh, I didn't even notice Matt telling me to hydrate earlier. I do, in fact, have water handy. So that is a thing I can do. Alright, how close is Tio to level? Not very. Let's go ahead and give her a baby ether. Let's give her 2 baby ethers. Possibly a 3rd. They brought more cat.
手強いぞ。気をつけろ。
了解です。エニグマ駆動。
僕の番だ。
Void's gonna draw some of them in. Let's do the debuff thing.
任せてくれ。
Can't really draw any extra ones in, really. Just one cat. How dare that guy use a Mega Man
行く
move?
ぜ。 おっしゃ。
Should have waited until Wazi debuffed him, actually. Oh, they resist the stat downs too. I forgot about that. The only thing I can hit him up was delay. I think Tio just kills here. Well, I will let you enjoy it then.
データ収集終了しました。
これは
サイトの陽動です。
I like how he centered himself on the screen there, right in front of the fountain before he did his diversion. He's got a sense of theater.
王国にあった新郎か。
ひるな、連携して狩るぞ。や
I think Zeit also has 100% evasion.
息やよし。ならばこちらも遠慮なく行かせてもらうぞ。
Wald's voice actor gets to voice two giant things that can take an absolute beating and not care.
よし、この隙にアーケードを抜けるぞ。
イエスサー。
Alright, I need 400 EP on Tio at the very least. I certainly wouldn't mind. We cannot visit the dressing room. Sad times. Can't visit the clothing store. I can't do anything fun, can I?
貴様ら。ヤンドルフ隊長。化け物の方は陽動か。そう。
悪いが通してもらうぞ。
あとサイトは化け物じゃない。
You tell him, Tio. He's a good boy.
かかれ。全力で仕留めろ。
かかってきなよ。
This game does give you a few opportunities to use really busted and overpowered characters. Like, the series does, but this game specifically does too.
ドライブ開始。
How dare you blind Randy? How dare you target him? He got to move outside the circle. I am offended. There's no way I blow burst here. We're gonna save it for a boss fight. I will go ahead and do this because I don't want to wait for 200. Oh, I can actually hit the one on the edge over there. Like, he's just barely got one leg in the circle. Maybe I just leave that one back there. Although, I would really like it to be in Tio's spell. Alright, do this. Alright, knocked it back out. Hey, don't leave the circle. So rude. He war cried himself to death. What a nerd.
行きます
Alright, we are out of EP on Dio. Unfortunate.
ドライブ開始
やれやれ。煉獄の駆動。
俺の番だな。そこだ。
行きます
Randy could finish from here if I did his S break. Maybe I just do that. Although it doesn't matter.
エニグマ駆動
そこだ。そこだ。
We can seize the opportunity to get 200 meter. Dark matter leaving a lot to be desired right about now.
煉獄の駆動。
任せろ。
Here, yell real quick.
私の番です
He got nothing. Hey, don't run away with the AoE. I needed that.
よし。そこだ。そこだ。
そこです
やれやれ。
Yeah, it's never gonna hit in time. They're all gonna move. Just punch them. 285 crit. Ouch. There we go. And then if this doesn't kill, Risha will kill. Really? I hate blind.
助立ちします
そこだ。
私の番です
やれやれ。
I don't want to blow more EP charges on everybody. This sucks. And I certainly don't want to use all 200 meter for Wazi. Maybe I can kill this one in the background since it's a crit turn.
無駄だよ。
Yeah, that'll do.
よし。
Let's try it again.
くらえ。
Nope.
行きますヘイ
僕の番か。
私の番です
任せろ。
行くぞ。
I hate blind so much. Never trust blind.
エニグマ。そこだ。任せてくれ。よっしゃ。
出直してきなよ。
It's a big blind, and you know it. And TO still needs EP charges. Gross. I guess I used them for nothing. Oh well. Wait, I can go this way? Is it gonna stop me? It's baby ethers, I don't care. They're gonna sit in the inventory and be unused for the entire game. Using them for nothing is the same thing as not using them. Hey, it's a big boy.
新手の軍用魔獣か。
赤獅子だ。気をつけろ。
A brush cougar.
敵席注意してください。行きます。
Hello, I would like to scan your face,
分
please.
析を開始します。
What is your deal, kitty cat? Brush cougar has 27k. Slightly weak to wind, slightly weak to earth. Can be delayed.
俺の番だな。そこだ。そこだ。
行くぜ。
Maybe I can just delay spam a couple of them. I'm gonna delay spam the big boy.
僕の番か。
It cannot. Analyze will always go through. I'm gonna delay all four.
よし。
I don't think I do anything here. There's a sweet spot that'll let me hit all of you. Where's it at? I know it exists. Or maybe it doesn't exist. Maybe it's all make-believe. Whatever, I don't even care, dude.
Chance です。
行くぞ。やって。行くよ。
Knocked it out of the AoE. That sucks.
そこだ。
さて、ドライブ開始。
任せろ。
デリケート。良いデータが取れました。
やるね。
Alright, how many big cats we fighting? 2 big cat.
まさか力ずくで吸収してくるとはな。
ザックス、お前がそこにいる。 ラストに
He's got a chainsaw sword.
ああ、ランドルフ隊長。だが俺たちも赤い星座の一員としてここを通すわけにはいかねえ。てめえら気合を入れろ。ここを守りきれなかったら副団長とお嬢にぶっ殺されんぞ。
よっ、全力で撃破する。望むところだ。
アルカンシェルでの借り返させてもらいます。
かかってきなよ。
行きます。
I think we just let Lloyd or somebody use the scope, and we just go ahead and start slamming. Cast the big spell. Let's do it.
ドライブ開始。
僕の番か。
And then Galleon Tower, I guess. I need to do this. That way I can at least like instantly recast. Let's just use this one, even though it's weaker. Great slice! Alright, he is resistant to everything and neutral to everything.
よし。
Alright, I don't actually have full burst gauge. That's amusing.
ドライブ開始。
How dare. Alright, there's burst.
やれやれ。
OK です。
任せろ。
行くぞ。
やれやれ。
さて、ヘイ、
Bonk.
敵集団撃破しました。
ランドルフ隊長、あんたダンにいた頃よりはるかに強えじゃねえか。
まあ今の職場でいろいろと鍛えられた。場数の違いだろう。場数の。
I wonder if he still says this if you don't have Randy on the front line. He probably does.
毎日が戦闘漬けの俺たちより場数が増えた。どんな職場だっての。気つけろ。
I guess that means we're not done here yet.
その中には連中の。
気絶したか。
ああ、完全に押してある。
Well, I didn't use all of Wazzy's meter.
連中の。一体何のことだ。
トラップの可能性、もしくは別の敵。
わからないけど、用心した方が良さそうだね。
回復が必要なら今のうちに処置しましょう。
Well, I would like to yell a lot before we go in there on Randy, but that's not gonna work. We have nowhere with which to yell. Using all of my burst meter might be regrettable too. I was just given a burst ore, but those are precious mega elixirs that we're not allowed to use. Well, I haven't been in here since the black auction.
いいえ、何かの気配を感じます。
魔獣の類じゃなさそうだけど。
侵入者を発見。
We have some more archaisms, huh?
正面に反応。
連中ってのはあいつらか。
Murder bot with a stealth system.
対象者6名。特務支援課3名。国防軍シーカー少尉を確認。2名は不明。ただし戦闘力は A ランク以上と推測する。
機械がそこまで。
Hey, he's got buddies.
いざ酔いを展開。レジェネン国2型村正。これより全滅行動に入る。
They're made bots.
来るぞ。
迎撃を開始します。
手強いぞ。
Hey, how dare you? That's my crit. It's not my crit. I cannot steal it.
行くぞ。
Well, I was going to do the thing where I run up there and pull everything into a circle, but looks like I gotta do something else first.
させるか。はあ。
No casting.
さてと。分析を開始します。情報を入手しました。
Alright, vaguely weak to water. We can't do anything to it.
任せろ。
No, I don't want to stand in the AoE, so I'm just gonna come up and say hi to it. Say hi to this one, maybe. If I use the item, then I won't... I'll still be in the AoE. So I gotta bonk it, then I can use an item next turn. Alright, they're pretty weak.
さてと。
I think you have to move to use the battle scope, though. Oh, I can't even reach the other one. Whatever, I can just say no casting. I can't even target the other one, never mind. Alright, I'll just lazily use Analyze then.
演劇の駆動。
As for you, it's time to start casting.
ドライブ開始。
Gaia Titanus, that's actually gonna hurt when it goes through. Alright, these guys can be statted down and can be delayed. Good to know. Hello, one stun break, please.
させるか。はあ。
Knocked it out of the AoE though, because I'm a dummy.
はい。
Wazi can interrupt the other one, I don't care.
ドライブ開始。
行くぜ。
Well, one bonk and then I can S break, so I'm just gonna bonk and then S break.
行くぜ。任せろ。行くぜ。
And then I'm gonna yell real loud.
行くよ。無駄だよ。
No cast. Don't kill Randy. Ew.
はい。
Alright, we're not AoEing, and I should have known I would have killed the other one anyway. Just switched to Spark Tide. Alright, I don't think that guy can do anything worth worrying about.
ドライブ開始。
よし。
Do I have Lloyd interrupt, or do I let Wazzy do it? I think I just let Wazzy. I think we have Lloyd heal. Yeah, that'll work. No cast. Alright, I need Wazzy to start casting. I'm going to stun break this jerk. Ew. Well, I got Thunder Cyclone, it's probably fine. It had stealth and regen. I hate this guy. Can I hit it through stealth? I'm guessing I can't. Nope. Time to use ether, I guess. Can't reach. Alright, he's gonna pop out and attack somebody, but I don't know who. That region is absolutely disgusting, though. My progress, it's all gone. Alright, you can't go fast enough to do the thing. I don't think it's gonna hit that hard, though. Tio and Wazzy have good MDef, and Lloyd has a bunch of HP. I don't care. Let it cast. Okay, that hit harder than I thought. Do I try to kill this guy so Lloyd can go over there again? Probably. I'm not gonna let it have that crit. Wouldn't have mattered. Still better safe than sorry, though.
さてドライブ開始。
おっしゃ。
私の番です。リミッター解除します。
あいさ。
任せてくれ。行くよ。
さてと。
行くぜ。うっしゃ、いい感じだぜ。
さすがですね。
Delicious, delicious Zeron powder. More items we can't use until the final boss.
とんでもないやつだな。
It wasn't that bad. We were on full HP.
結社というのは恐るべき集団ですね。
Only because we brought 2 impedes, though. If we hadn't brought 2 impedes, this would have been a ridiculous fight.
あの赤い武者人形がここまで強化されるとは。
I guess if it had gotten to stealth again and run around and regen all the damage you did to it, it would be an entirely different matter. I would say this is one of the annoying bosses on Nightmare. Like, obviously not one of the big 3, but just like a generally annoying boss.
やはりあの博士が改造したんでしょうか。
その可能性は高そうだね。
Can we take him with us?
よし、これで障害は一通り排除できたはずだ。屋敷を捜索してエリーと議長たちを。
Another interruption. Is Ellie going to shoot it? Is it her turn? It's okay, Lloyd. You have 100% evasion. Alright, Ellie X Machina win. Alright, there she is. Her gun doesn't knock things back. Only Dudley's gun can do that. This is completely unrealistic. Ellie's gunshots are more like tickles.
やれやれだね。
エリー。
But her signature move, as far as we're concerned, is just Spark Dine, and Tio already has the Jupiter Bell equipped, so she can't do that.
はは、無事だったか。
その、なんて言ったらいいか。とりあえず、ありがとうエリー。おかげで助かったよ。うわっ。
Hug.
よかった。本当によかった。無事でいてくれて、こうしてまた会えて。
Well, of course we came for you.
もう二度と会えないと思ったから。
You were the best character in Zero. It's just a shame you got nerfed.
エリー。
なんつうか。
She's getting that hug in front of all the waifus. She's establishing her dominance.
声をかけてもいいんでしょうか。困りましたね。
しかし君の時といい、つくづく彼も役得だよね。
記憶にないです。
He will kill you in your sleep, dude.
あら。
しいんだけど、さすがにちょっと視線が痛いかなって。
ちょっと待って。違うのよ。
She gets a fancy animation for being embarrassed.
今のはロイドが危ないところだったからつい夢中になってしまって。
へえ、
そうなんだ。
もうもう違うの。ティオちゃん、ノエルさんも誤解しないでね。はい、努力はしてみます。
I will endeavor to try. That's a fancy way of saying you're talking at your ass.
それじゃあリーシャさんは。あら、どうしてリーシャさんが一緒に。それにノエルさんもいるし、ワジ君はそんな格好をしてるし。いろいろありまして。
どうやらそのようだね。
Speaker McDowell gets to speak. What a revelation. What's Yona doing here?
議長、ご無事でしたか。
I mean, he had to be somewhere, I guess. I'm just surprised it was here.
それに
よ、あんたらずいぶん久しぶりじゃん。
How can he survive here? They don't deliver pizza to the guest house at Michelin. He's gonna die.
いやー、ほんと助かったぜ。
Why didn't you just hack the robot, bro? That's what you're good at, right? And it's not a crime and crossbow. You could have done it and it would have been completely legal.
彼は私たちの後にベルに連れてこられたの。何でもオルキスタワーの中枢にハッキングを繰り返したみたいで。
あの女、マジ悪魔だぜ。
You tell him, Yona, it's true.
よりにもよって動力ネットがない屋敷にこの僕を閉じ込めやがって。
なるほど。
確かにあなたにとっては一番の急でしょうね。
まあ、お互いの事情は後だ。どうやら私たちを助けに来てくれたようだが。
I think McDowell don't want to be here anymore, and I don't blame him.
はい、お迎えに上がりました。
特に問題がなければこのまま脱出してもらえるかな。
もちろんだとも。安穏としていられる状況はとうに過ぎ去っているからね。
Well, he's already down for our plan despite not hearing it yet. That's convenient.
よし、おじきどもの増援が来る前にとっとと脱出するか。
退路を確保しつつメルカバに戻りましょう。
They really like this particular animation. They just mirror it left and right.
それでは議長、ご決心にお変わりありませんね。
この中にも反対する者はいるだろう。だがここから始めなければ我々は前に進めないと思うのだ。いかに仮初めの秩序と覇権を失ったとしても。
クロスベル独立国の無効宣言か。確かに全政府代表の一人である議長閣下ならではのカードだね。
でも具体的にはどのような形でその宣言を？
Do we conveniently have recording equipment aboard the Merkaba? Can we transmit everything? It has everything else under the sun, why not?
市民や国防軍にも伝わらないと効果は薄いんですよね。それについてはヨナがアイディアがあるそうです。
ああ、タングラム丘陵に動力ネットをレマン自治州と結ぶ実験用の無線ブースターがあるんだ。あそこからなら隙をついてハッキングを仕掛けられるはずさ。
Once again, I would like to remind everybody that hacking is not a crime. ... yet.
10分くらいならなんとか持たせられるはずだぜ。
よくわからんが、要はあの街頭スクリーンなんかも乗っ取れるわけだな。
はい、それと国防軍方面の全端末にもアクセスできます。ソーニャ司令の出した条件もクリアできるのではないかと。
大統領サイドの正当性が揺らげば国防軍はしばらく様子見になる。動きやすくなるのは確かだな。
ロイド。
ロイド君、独立国の無効宣言はあくまで私の考えでしかない。リーダーである君が反対なら実行に移すつもりはないが。
いえ、お願いします。かつてディーターさんは IBC 総裁だった頃の彼は正義について語っていました。
結局のところ、人は正義を求めてしまう生き物なのだ。なぜなら正義というものは人が社会を信頼する根拠だから。
Was this the same scene where he gave us his Rock Lee smile?
政治の腐敗やマフィアの問題、
Because I think it was, but I'm not 100% sure.
それを警察が取り締まらなくても経済的には恵まれているから。
And also, using the green text over the green and yellow background was not the best idea. Does not stand out very much, does it?
だがそんな中でやはり人は正義というものをどこかに求めざるを得ない。どんな形であれ社会を信頼できる安心感を欲してしまうからだ。
It's hard for me to read, so I assume it is much worse after Twitch just obliterates everything with a compression. 360, yeah, 360p will do it every time. To be fair, even if it was like 720, you still couldn't read it. I got 1080 and I'm having trouble.
だからこそ私は君たちに期待したいのだよ。君たちなりに正義を追求している姿、それが目に見える形で市民に示されることが重要だと思うのだ。
ディーター君がそんなことを。
あったなあ、そんなことも。
まだ1年も経っていないのにすごく懐かしい気がします。
あの時の総裁の言葉、あれが本心からか、それとも単なるポーズなのかは正直わかりませんが、それでも俺たちの心に響くものがあったのも確かです。
そうね。
確かに興味深い言葉だわ。
ええ、ですから改めてあの言葉を彼自身に突きつけてみたいんです。俺たちのためにも彼のためにも、何よりも市民や国防軍の人たちが考えるきっかけにするためにも。
わかった。今の言葉、私なりに噛み砕いて宣言に反映させてもらおう。
はい、お願いします。
決まりだね。
それじゃあ具体的な段取りを固めるとしましょう。ヨナ君、フランちゃん、技術的なサポートはよろしくね。はい。はっ、任せとけって。
しかし思えば遠くに来ちまったって感じがするな。
そうですね。狭いクロスベルの中にいるのは変わらないのに、多分私たちだけじゃなくてクロスベル、大陸全土が動き始めてるからだと思う。ひょっとしたら歴史の転換点に立ち会っているのかもしれない。
エリー、やっぱりマリア・ベルさんたちと事を構えるのは抵抗があるか。
そうね。私にとっては馴染み深い人たちだったから。それに政治の観点から言えば彼らのやろうとしていることを 否定しきれない自分もいる。
そうか。
まあ鉄血最小じゃねえが、もっとえげつないことをしてる連中は山ほどいるだろうしな。
でもこれだけは言える。どれだけ状況が変わろうと私たちは特務支援課だわ。その部分だけは何があっても揺るがないと思う。
エリー。
エリーさん。
なんだよお嬢。警察なんて所詮腰掛け程度じゃなかったのか。
最初の頃はね。でもダメね。もう私は染まってしまった。多分将来どんな道を選ぶことになったとしても、あなたたちと過ごした日々は今後も私にとっての根っこであり続けるような気がするわ。
そっか。
私も同じ気持ちです。
そういう意味じゃ課長も因果な部署を立ち上げたもんだよな。いや、元はといえばロイドの兄貴のアイデアか。
兄貴もさすがにこんな状況になるなんて想像もしてなかったと思うけど、キーヤを取り戻し今回の事件を解決すること、多分それは特務支援課として果たすべき使命の象徴かもしれない。ただそんな理屈を無理に考えなくてもいいと思う。俺たちにとって大切と思えるもののために今はただ前を向いて進もう。
ええ、音信不通の課長も探さないといけませんね。
だな。
Who does have the worst support attack? Noelle and Wazi both have speed manipulation. Wazi can do acceleration. I don't know what her other one is other than the KO attack she can do. But as much as I hate it, it's probably this formation. I wanted Risha for so long and now we're not even using her. Yeah. Hey, I got a copy of Legbreaker. Just remember, Ellie's default state is breaking your legs. When she's out of the party and then comes back, she has Legbreaker equipped. Alright, we have Sparkdyne and Thunder Cyclone already. So I can equip anything that I want, basically. Is there anything in particular that I definitely want access to? If I swap stuff around, I could have 5 more time on the line. Getting some healing access makes a little bit of sense. Holy Breath can trigger the bell. That makes her tankier, so there is that. So Tio has Diamond Dust access like this. Diamond Dust is 128. But I do not have the bell. We need to go get the water bell. That's clearly the answer here. All right, Spirit Breaker or Shield 3 or HP 3, HP 4 in fact, would give me access to Genesis Flood. Well, it's something to spam. Blast Processing Blood. Tio has 104 speed, wow. He is the fast. So Risha's only support skill is Ogre Needles, whereas these two have the heal and the EP heal, and then the speed control thing, and then accelerate and speed buff, or the delay and speed down. I think that's how we're gonna have to play it. Oh yeah, I also don't have Alright, I do have a Heaven's Eye equipped, never mind. She can do a big heal with a defense buff, or a debuff to strength in AoE form. Lloyd's got strength plus CP to everybody, and then he can inflict seal in an area. Tio has HP regen and a physical immunity hit, or 100% freeze chance, but everything resists freeze. Randy's got attack with burn and attack with faint. He sure can, and in Zero, he's probably the best one to leave the party at the first chance that you actually have like a 5th party member. Because at that point, like, you won't have evade tank strats available. And just his stuff isn't that good at that point. Noel is just better than him in pretty much every way at that point in the game. This is definitely Fran saying Fran things. This is the most Fran thing Fran could say. I can't wait to have Zeit show up in battle in original form. Alright, I can't even buy EP Charge 3 yet, unfortunately. But I can buy these. I'm gonna have to do some fishing before I can actually get away with doing that, though. They are a little expensive. Still can't make another Action 3. Yikes. I could make a second EP Cut 3, but that would put me even further behind. I think I've done everything on the old computer, right? Yeah, nothing new. Alright. Let's go on a box gathering montage if I have freedom of the map now. Evidently, I do not have any freedom of the map. I can't go anywhere. We got one option.
実験用の無線ブースター。ここから動力ネットをハッキングしてクロスペル独立国の無効宣言をする。後戻りはできない。心の準備はできているか？
What kind of big bad boss fight are we gonna have? Well, I just saved, so worst case scenario, we can always pop back to right here. Although, I could set up a little differently here. And make use of the limited bells that I currently have. Just feels really bad trying to use Chevalier on a caster, even though I do get 110 arts. It's just gross, dude. We're pretty close to maxing out shield and getting whatever the master art is on it. It's pretty cool. Pretty close to getting Phantom. No, we're not. That's level 3, not level 4. Never mind. Offensive arts deal critical damage. That doesn't help us with a Bell situation, though, unfortunately. So the only ones I can really do are Mirage or Fire. And none of these are even that good for that. Alright, I don't think there's anything I can really change. Having access to a second belt isn't really that helpful right now. And also, it's not going to be a chat if it's a one-sided speech. We're getting monologue that. If we're doing it from up here, does that mean we're going to be boarded and have to fight the Beowulf? Which means Sigmund or Shirley or both.
こちらもブースターの真上に来た。いつでも始められるぞ。
オッケーオッケー。議長、よろしいですね。
ああ、始めてくれたまえ。
そんじゃ始めるぜ。無線ブースターより動力ネットへのハッキングを開始。
Also possible. We blew up our own airship in the process. I think that's more likely. Time for Yoda hacking. He's gonna run through all the rings. Yona is the best at Sewer Shark. Yona would never because Tio would beat him up.
いいわよ。皆さん、こんにちは。クロスベル通信社所属、グレイス・リン報道記者です。念のため言っておきますと、クロスベル通信社は今回の件に全く関知しておりません。私の独断による報道ですので、あしからずご了承ください。
I am here to get my Pulitzer Prize.
さて、早速ですが、ある方を紹介したいと思います。クロスベル自治州代表、ヘンリー・マクダイル議長閣下です。
クロスベルの市民諸君およびこの映像をご覧になっている
全ての方々に申し上げる。
I mean, there's a lot of people in Calvard that can definitely get this signal.
クロスベル自治州議会議長ヘンリー・マクダエルであります。
But more than that, all the snacks are watching right now.
皆様もご存知の通り、先日前クロイス市長によりクロスベル独立国の創立が宣言されました。国防軍という軍事組織も設立され、新たな体制に慣れつつある人もいるかとは思いますが、ですが皆さん、今一度考えていただきたいのです。果たして我々はこの事態を真に選択したかということを。無論現状についての是非は人それぞれあるでしょう。ですが現政府は真に民主的な手続きによっては成立していません。自治州議員の多くが拘束され、私自身監禁された状態でクロスベルの独立は宣言されました。この宣言が議会の承認を経ずに個人の独断で行われたものであることは改めて指摘しておきたいと思います。ならば独立の意思を問う住民投票が根拠となるでしょうか。いいえ、かの住民投票は決意表明を行うかどうかを問うものでしかなかったはずです。国防軍やクロスベル独立国、まして大統領制などの正当性に結びつくものでは決してありません。そしてそうした手続きの正当性よりも何よりも、私が皆さんに問いたいのは他でもありません。果たしてこの状況は、今の体制は、私たちの在り方は正しいのか。ただそれだけであります。
I like how the background behind Speaker McDowell changes based off of the TV. It's like that sky looking thing on the big screens, and then it's this on the little TV. We also have live and whatever this thing in the bottom right is. Stock price tracker or something. I don't even know what it is, dude. Looks like the cops that are not quite on board are hiding out in Geofront. It's a good place for them. 自治州代表の一人として、私はここにクロスベル独立国が無効であることを宣言いたします。
お、行っちゃったよ。
でもこれで少しは動きやすくなります。
I mean, I can't say for sure, but I'm pretty sure I've heard it several times in the Trail series.
ああ、セルゲイさん、あいつらの協力でしょうか。
Who else, Dudley? Who else?
それ以外にはありえねえだろう。さて、忙しくなりそうだな。
Also looked like Roberts was down there with them, so he's accounted for. Yeah. I'm 99% sure she said it.
ここから先は私の方から数々のスクープをお伝えさせていただきます。
Also, here is a better look at the background.
まずは2ヶ月前に起こったクロスベル市襲撃事件ですが、
Hey there, Illuminated Arc. I've played the Trails in the Sky trilogy 0 and this. I'm trying to play in the original release order, so we've not played any of the Cold Steel games yet. But working on it. We'll get there.
この不快な映像は一体いつまで続くのかね。
侵入経路はつかめたため、物理的な遮断を行っている最中です。
Somewhere along the way, it has become my favorite RPG series. I didn't even realize it was happening until like halfway through 0.
あと2分ほどでしょう。
該当スクリーンについてもすでに撤収を開始させています。ほどなく市民も退去するでしょう。
I'm definitely looking forward to getting through all the high impact, crazy moments that I hear exist in Cold Steel, and getting to Reverie and then eventually Daybreak. It's just funny to think, like, I'm only like halfway through right now. As much game as there's been, like 400 plus hours of Trails, like I'm halfway done.
いい不意打ちでしたな。虚実を織り交ぜた妙手、老兵の意地といったところか。
So the fact that Shirley isn't here means that she might be on Beowulf, which does not bode well for us right now. Shirley can pop up anywhere. Boss fight V2 versus her.
何を人事のような。君たちが議長を逃したからこのようなことになったのだろうが。
いや、それについてはお詫びするしかありませんな。もっともこちらの主張通り全ての禍根を潰しておけばこうはならなかったはずですね。
巫女殿の機嫌もある。支援課の関係者に思い切ったことまではできない。
歯がゆいですけど、こればかりは仕方ないですよね。
And also, Maria Bell has decided to change out of her villain outfit. I'm a little surprised by that.
市外の国防軍にも少なからず影響があるはずです。
If you had a cool villain dress like she was wearing at Michelin, why would you ever change out of it?
なんとか立て直してみましょう。
ああ、よろしく頼む。
Just like go grocery shopping in your villain dress.
では、我々の方も本腰を入れさせてもらいましょう。兵ゆえにレジスタンスども。
I got bad news for you, Sigmund. Hayway's got a door, and everyone knows you can't go into Hayway door uninvited, even though you guys already did it. But it happening once is just a fluke.
本気で狩らせてもらいますよ。
私は結社の方々と連絡を取っておきますわ。教会の船と支援家たち、なんとかする必要がありますから。
But yeah, why does the Hayway door keep us out but not Red Constellation out? It's not fair.
ああ、行きたまえ。
So, our airship is in danger. They know where we are.
やれやれ。お父上はどうも思い切りが足らぬようだな。
まあ、辛抱遠慮とでも思っていただきたいですわ。大陸全土の秩序を組み替える壮大なる計画。
I mean, Kevin and Reese's airship is also still in play. So even if something happened to us, we were attacked, we could get a Deus Ex Machina in that form.
お父様一人ではどうしても限界がありますもの。
だから優秀なスタッフがいろいろと力を貸しているわけだ。
I wonder what they have been up to while we've been doing all this, because you know they're not just sitting around. I mean, that's something that can happen, right? Like, they see us, and then the other airship comes in, and we do like the ball and cup trick. We just do the old switcheroo. I feel like I'm around 3/4 through Azure? I'm not sure. Judging by like treasure chest opening, I was like 64.4% last time I checked, but we've gotten some since then. We are in the final chapter, but I hear it's a very long final chapter, so that doesn't actually say much.
牽制やあの御人のような。
そういうことですわ。
パパ、話は終わったの？
Alright, Shirley is not on the Beowulf, she's right here, so that's one less thing that can attack us.
あ、ベルお嬢さんだ。ヤッホー。
シャーリーさんはいつも元気ですわね。
Everyone here just loves the color red or yellow, or both. They're all matching.
考えてくださったかしら？
ああ、お嬢さんの施設部隊のトップだったっけ？
Yeah, I'm the absolute worst. Never play D&D with me.
面白そうだけど、今の環境も気に入ってるしな。
やれやれ。俺の目の前で堂々と引き抜きをしないでもらいたいもんですな。
あら、これは失礼。それではシグムントさん、今後の段取りについては以前お話しした通りに。
ああ、承知した。
And what does proceeding based on their previous arrangements mean? What have they been scheming?
お前の方はどうする？俺はあんたらの仲間になった覚えはね。勝手にやらせてもらうぜ。ふん、まあいいだろう。
バルド、その気があればとことん鍛えてあげるから、いつでも来なよね。
けっ。
頼もしい方々ですわね。
I am now very worried that they're both going to the Beowulf.
化け物親子の間違いだろ。対等に渡り合ってるあんたも相当な玉だと思うがな。
後悔していますか？私の誘いに乗ったこと。
Everyone is making offers to everyone. They're all scheming.
なわけねえだろ。あんたがくれた薬のおかげで俺は力を手に入れた。誰もが使いこなせないような圧倒的な力をな。
そうですわね。魔人化した時のバルドさんは旅力ならば人として最強。私たちにとってもまたとないサンプルですから。
せいぜい喜んでモルモットになってやるよ。
That is a good question. As far as playable characters go, I really like all the depth that was added to Randy in Azure. He was still interesting in Zero before we got like all the dark history and stuff, but he's just fun. He just steals the show every time he's in a scene. I liked Rishi a lot as far as like previously non-playable characters go, but now that she's playable, I guess she's in the same camp as them and she's competing against higher standards.
あの野郎をぶっ潰して誰が一番か証明するためにもな。
結界の解除方法が分かった。
Hey, we got a barrier. We're almost to 30 barriers in the game so far. Kia is a very good girl. She is our precious daughter, and we will do anything to save her. So she is definitely a great character, but... Oh, was there one that I missed? Where was it? Is it close enough that I could find it by looking through the log? Which monologue? Not President, Speaker McDowell's or one of these guys? Because I can find it if it's at McDowell's. Okay, 5 back. Oh, right there it is. I see what you're saying. In the no one says it text. So double barrier. Who is my actual favorite character in Trail Zero and Azure? The barriers. We are keeping count of them all. Well, we definitely need a way to do that because they're very scary. The chests are also a great character, that's true. That's why we talk to all of them. Zeit too is a good boy. It's always funny to me that Zeit and Wald share a voice actor. I was very confused the first time we saw like Zeit pop out of the woods and talk to us. I was so sure it was Wald. It's like, why is Wald coming to help us? This doesn't make any sense. Then we finally saw the character walk on screen. And there's another barrier. Is that 31 we've gotten so far? I did not expect Wazi to be part of the Gralsritter. I floated the idea he could be church affiliated and that just naming his gang like the Testaments was just a smokescreen, but I never like seriously considered it. So his like talk to Abbas about like, yeah, if we just make it seem like we're just crazy and throwing all this stuff out here and just using like crusades and testaments, no one's ever going to suspect us. It's true. It worked on me. The only thing I picked up on was the Northumbria thing. But I didn't know like who he was affiliated with, just that there was something going on there. But the whole like locker room scene at the beach where he refused to take off like his shirt and Randy was like making a joke like, oh, like, are you a girl or something? That just being like to cover up the stigma, like that's just really cool, really good writing. So like there's a reason for all these little eccentricities. And it just comes together in the narrative really well. One of my favorite things about the series is just how there's not a lot of "and this happened." Most everything is "this happened because of this." This happened, there's consequences, and then there's consequences to the consequences. There's a through line for just about everything. And aside from like your crazy, larger than life Ouroboros characters, most of the plot is very grounded. Like Trails in the Sky FC, the major plot point is a military coup, and they go about like trying to like seize all the actual keys to power in a way that you would in a real coup. They like separate different groups, they try to make sure that they have everything they need to succeed in their pocket. And it just makes sense from like not just a story perspective, but this is how it would like go down for real in a lot of ways. Yeah, I definitely needed to play SC pretty quick to do a little plot resolution there. That's not a cliffhanger you want to leave hanging for too long. We do not let Estelle be sad. Also, another barrier. I didn't mean to hit the X button there.
Yeah, 試してみる価値はあるんじゃねえか？
うん。あの結界と白い人形は最大の障害だった。
And another barrier.
その2つがある限り、クロスウェル氏を解放することは永遠に不可能だったからな。
となると、とうとう総員ですか。
4 years of waiting for that, damn. I know a lot of people that, like, the second they're done with Sky, like, they're just right in, or FC, they're right into SC. It's like, no, we go right in right now. I waited like a week, but it was still, like, I don't normally play RPGs that close together, so, like, even a week is, like, lightning fast for me.
ああ、古戦場に運ばれた大金は市内の中央広場に戻されたようだ。
But I cannot imagine having to wait that long to get that resolution.
それには手が出せないけど、とうとう総員の金なら共鳴を止めることはできる。
But Trails fans and waiting a long time for things. Name a more iconic duo. How long did people have to wait for Zero and Azure? So I'm just lucky, like obviously it would have been nice if I'd been like a fan from the start and I could have had like the hipster cred or whatever, but playing it late means that I at least got to play in original release order and not have to like play Cold Steel first then go back to the Crossbell games. But the fact that like both of the games, like Cold Steel spoils things for the Crossbell games and the Crossbell games spoil things for Cold Steel. Like it's give and take either way, but I think I would just prefer doing it this way, so that's the way we're doing it. And that's the fun of having things that take place at the same time.
So いえば。
確かにそうでしたね。
No joy, Campanella is still kicking around. Never be rid of him for too long. I really don't want to fight Arianrod.
あの常識外れの女騎士か。
正直困ったね。道化師の方はなんとかなるかもしれないが。
At least she's shown in that like side quest that she's very reasonable and justice oriented, so like maybe we don't have to fight. We're gonna have to fight Campanella at some point though, but not till he's done messing with us.
かの鋼の聖女が相手じゃ難攻不落としか言いようがない。
Also, speaking of Ouroboros, the No Step on Sneck Society. I really like that Luciola is just hanging out as the fortune teller in Mishalam. And how, like, if you didn't play the Sky trilogy, you just wouldn't know that's who that was. So you just get that little bonus thing for having, like, played it, like, thoroughly.
そんなに強いのか?
Lots of little stuff like that. Or, like, the Anton side quest in Zero.
ああ、結社には凄まじい使い手がゴロゴロしてるけど。
And this game had like the married couple from Sky show up, and we have to like find like the husband of the married couple's dad. All these little connections to the previous game, like the world. Like you asked like who my favorite character is, the world is my favorite character. Like all these NPCs have got like their own lives going on. They got like all the stuff they're doing regardless of what we're doing. And you can check in with them over the course of the game, and you can see like how they're progressing in their own lives, and You have all these connections to all the other areas in the world. And it's just crazy to me that they just like have so much dialogue. Every in-game day you can go talk to people like sometimes twice. They've got like 2 things to say. It's insane. There's just so much like detail and stuff that you can just like get out of this game if you want to put the effort into experiencing everything.
彼女はそういった達人たちとも一線を画している存在でね。まるで人の身では勝てないことが決まっているかのような強さだ。
そこまで。ワジ君は教会でもドミニオンと呼ばれる特別な存在だそうだけど、それでも対抗は不可能なの？
ああ、スティグマの力を使ってもあの鎧には通用しないだろうね。なんとか太刀打ちできるとしたらうちの総長くらいか。
I mean, it is a fantastic series. I can definitely buy someone's top 10 just being like, alright, here's just the Trails games, take it or leave it.
だが大陸全土がこの状況だ。さすがにセルナと総長に動いてもらうわけにもいくまい。
Alright, I was wondering if she was on board Kevin's ship, so that answers that. But up till this game, like every time you saw one of the Merkaba ships, Selnate was like on one of them. They were inseparable.
そうなんだよね。こんな時にケビンがいれば少しは当てにできるんだけど。
I mean, did Kevin's ship actually leave Crossbow? I thought they were just like, they did the diversion and then they like hung around, but I guess they got like chased out of Crossbow airspace. But there's no reason they couldn't have come back while we were doing all this globe trotting, so maybe they are still around.
悩んでいる暇はない。この状況を打開できる巧妙がようやく見えてきたんだ。ここはあえて踏み込んでみるべきだろう。
だな。
同感です。どんな達人だろうと突き崩せる一点はゼロではないと思います。そうね。こんな場所でつまずいていたらベルたちにも届かないわ。
行きましょう。とうとう総員へ。
まあ幸運を祈っておこう。せめてアリアンロードのいる塔は後回しにするがいい。
And why would you say that, bro? I was going to do that anyway, but you're making me a little suspicious here.
彼女は愚か。戦乙女たちにすら帰り討ちに会いたくなければな。
Alright, the game is just going to force us to do one instead of the other, but that's fine. I would have chosen that way anyway. But I definitely expected a boss fight just like after doing the booster stuff, so I'm kind of surprised. It's like, alright, make sure you're prepared, and then you don't actually have to do anything. I guess if they did it like every time there's going to be a boss fight, you just like always know when the boss fights are. So having some that don't actually correlate directly to a fight makes some sense, so you're still a little on edge about it. I mean, there's a chance I would have. I would have went into each of them far enough to get the treasure and then walked back out and then decided which one I wanted to do. Alright, we will definitely check in with Cecile. But first, we've got some ship conversations down. Did you catch all the barriers while you were on the phone, by the way? I only wish that Sal wasn't so far away. I do like going to talk to him, but that is a heck of a walk. Fair enough. I will try to make sure all barriers stay on the screen long enough to be cataloged then. We do know one of Campanella's weaknesses: game shows. Alright, same old stuff as before. I'm assuming the items are also the same. Yep, nothing new here. But there was one thing I was going to do before I went to Moon Temple or Stargazer Tower, and that's go open the monster boxes. Because there's still a couple I haven't opened yet. And I know that the Master Cryon chest is just asking for some punishment. It has to have the Mercury Bell in it. It is a water-themed chest. It better have the water-themed bell. Alright, Merkaba 5 is outside the state. So that is double confirmation that Kevin and Reese are not here. Alright, anybody out here on the deck? Sure is. Shattering her helmet would be a lot cooler if we hadn't already seen under it. Alright, I can go to either one of these, I assume. I can, well, I don't know that for sure. Can I go to the Nox one? Because the Nox one is the Master Cryon chest. I'm assuming I can't go there yet, but we'll see. Oh, didn't mean to run into you. What were you weak to, Earth? No, you're immune to Earth, that's what it was. Oh yeah, you don't have the Jupiter Bell stuff anymore. You do, though. Alright, let's maybe not run into the hands anymore. Even though I do need some more time step if I don't want to do a million random battles. Alright, cannot do the Master Cryon chest. No Mercury Bell for me. Assuming that's what's in there. We can do the one near Belgard Gate maybe though. Since the CPD is standing down, we can probably go pretty much anywhere. Nope, can't do that either. Are there any monster boxes I can do then? Because I don't have all of them on the map, but I don't think I've opened all of them yet. I really wish I had like talked to all of them and then saved instead of like seeing what was in them and then forgetting to talk to them after I reloaded. Well, so much for that. So I know I got the one that was down here. I think I got the one on East Crossbell Highway. And I know I got the one in the old mine, because that's Jupiter Bell. I don't know. Maybe we have all the ones we have access to already. Well, that's good to know. I would just like to have as many options as possible before we go fight potentially Campanella and Arianrod. But after is still good. I'm trying to think, like, were there any more monster boxes that I missed, though? If there's only, like, 5 on the map and I did 3, then this would be the last 2, I think. I think someone told me there were 5 high-level ones. Alright, go to St. Ursula's and do the Cecile thing, and then, we'll see from there. I still want to know where they keep their ambulances. We know they have like 3 of them, but they're not in the parking lot. Where are they hiding them? You guys must be very sad that you can't, Well, never mind. They aren't going to be sad about not being near Arkansas because they're Herophilia. They're going to be euphoric. Especially if they have the chance to go give her food. I can just see these two, like, taking, like, the spoon to her mouth, being like, here comes the airplane. Or the airship, I guess. No airplanes, only airships. Now the fans are the performers. Well, Lloyd says there's no such thing. They're fictional, so... We trust Lloyd, don't we? Granted, that one Aeon robot transforms into an airplane, basically, so... I guess it counts. There was a group of people in here last time we were here, so I'm kind of surprised they're gone. Nope, you're here, though. Alright, are any of the doctors taking a break today? They aren't usually, but every now and then you catch one in here. Guess the maid is upstairs. We'll find her in a second. There she is. Anybody hanging out on the roof? No, somebody is. Thought she might have a second line since she's in a dramatic location, but no such luck. It seems like there were more NPCs with second lines earlier in the game. Fewer of them have like second things to say in the later half here. Wrong nurse for that. We will find her, though, don't you worry. Sarone's around somewhere. Bells get you bells. It makes sense. I mean, I only have Mars, Uranus, and Jupiter at the moment. And I don't even have, like, the other two equipped at the moment, just because, things are not convenient enough for that. I had Wazi equipped with the space one, though. Which I need to just re-equip some of this stuff anyway, because there's no point not having an equip. Especially if we get formation busted again. Right here, take a cast 1. Action 2 if we have any left. Should have 1, yup. EP cut 3, and EP 3 or something. Okay, I do not have an EP cut 2 or 3. You can have a 1. Heaven's Eye. And that gives us Last Disaster back, so that's the best we can probably hope for. Well, that gives me even reincarnation. Alright, sure, why not? There, you can do something of your bell, buddy. Alright, Ursuline gets 2 lines. She's still important enough. Healing items multiply by 1.5, and you can use them from further away, apparently. I've heard some of them that are not so good in this one get better in Cold Steel, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. I've also got some schemes and machinations for Magius and Chevalier here. We have access to the 1 HP food, so I can definitely do some preemptive scheming on these. But now was not the time for that. But one day I'm gonna try it out. Because we can keep somebody on 1 HP for a long time with TO's 200 bar S break. So which ones am I missing anyway? So I have 2 earth, 2 water, 2 wind, 2 time, 1 mirage. I thought I had all 3 of these already. Alright, I definitely don't have Scepter for water yet. We have all 3 of these. Missing Kusanagi because that's Arios's Master Quartz. And then Dudley's is Keeper, so that's why that one isn't here yet. I guess it just doesn't show the ones that I have equipped, because I have all of these for sure. Then we're missing Katse for Mirage, because, We have Phantom equipped to Risha. The Mirage is just sitting there. Well, I don't. Oh, Aegis is still in the shop. I didn't buy it yet. Because there was one that was like 50k and one that was 20k. And I currently have like 50k total, so I couldn't even pop both of them. I have not done enough fishing to buy all the expensive items yet. The first thing I did with my money was get all the car upgrades for the CP charger on the car. So that kind of ate into our funds for a little while. Alright, how are we going to tease Lloyd today? What's she got in store for him? Alright, that was not the teasing I was expecting it to be. Imagine all the teasing Lloyd would be in store for if she saw, like, Ellie's embrace to Lloyd earlier. Alright, Serone is not being comic relief today. She's being afraid and human. So we can't make fun of her. Alright, Ilya's in 302. We'll save her for last. You will see Donovan first. No, wait, I had it backwards. Donovan's in 302, Ilya's in 303. And no one is currently in 304. I will take your book. Can I inspect that? Nope. I believe in you, Ilya. Too far. Alright. Oh yeah, I could go talk to, the Sow. So let's go do that. Oh. Time for the long stairs. Hey, buddy, let me in. I mean, it took that long even with fast forward. It's pretty bad. At least we get the best theme in the game. Like, I mean, there's better battle music and stuff like that, but like group identifying theme specifically. He just looks so smug even though like he has nothing to do with it. There's a barrier. Seeing Sal was definitely mandatory. We would have missed an entire barrier if we didn't. I don't know if Sal has it in his heart to be proud of us, but if he can, I'll take it. I think it's higher than 34. I think we're gonna have to check the tape. I know we can check trails in the database, but I'd rather wait for that. Hide and hope they don't seek. You don't have to be tsundere about it, Randy. We already all know. And there's another one. Does does Cold Steel have a word they like to throw around as much as Zero and Azure like the word barrier? Because I can't even like think of playing the next Trails game without keeping track of something. We gotta have some word. And there's another one immediately. 36-ish already. We might see 40 tonight. Zerum powder. Worth the trip every time. There's another barrier, number 37. Let's go. You say that, but I literally chug them every turn in the final boss fights. In Trails the Third, I had Richard hooked up to a Zerum IV. How many are we at anyway? Did I miss them? Or are they down here? Where are they anyway? Alright, I have 4 powders and 2 capsules. Who's even going to chug these in the final fight, Randy? We'll have to see. I also still have all my burst orbs, so we could have a lot of fun with these. Went too far. All right. Anything else I want to do before I do this? Can't get either of these. We already went to the boathouse to see the fishing club. We're not allowed to enter Belgard. We're not allowed to enter Tangram, I imagine. We could talk to the Hayworths at Arborica, but I don't know if they have anything new to say. I am kind of curious, though. Guess we could also talk to the mayor while we're here. I do like to do funny things. Okay, I'm starting to see something here, but I will forgive minor spoilers in the name of doing something really, really funny, so we'll do it. Who's the worst at cooking it? Everybody's kinda good at cooking it. Lloyd's the worst, so prankster that. Alright. How many would you say that I need for maximum humor? Do I want 4? Alright, I can make 4 of these right now. I need to go buy some stuff, but we have enough opinions that I can make a ton. Yeah, I'll just do all of them and just get what I get, I guess. Reflective chocolate export. Alright. We pranking. Need to fix this real quick. Although Lloyd having attack anything isn't doing anything, so we have him sub to be the ultimate dodge tank and do no damage, so he's counterattacking for like 300. Oh wait, I was coming here to talk to the Hayworths. Why did I leave? And we just showed up to Arborica to make some chocolate. Who are we? That sweet group from Erebonia? Am I Minith 2.0? Hey, she actually did let Colin come outside and play with the other kids. I was complaining about that last time. I mean, she certainly has a reason to be overprotective considering what happened last time he was out playing by himself. But you never know, maybe that means Red will show up again. Yeah, she's definitely justified in helicoptering a little bit. Oh, he said barrier. So he has 2 barriers, because I missed the first one, but let's get it in the log. So yeah, here's these 2. So that's 38, I think. Is it 30? Did I already, like, I said 37 before, right? Because there were 3. Yeah, that would put it at 39. You're right. There's so many barriers we can't even keep track of them. We could go to mines and see if we can find any barriers there too while we're at it. And Aretha's outside, so we don't have to check that other room. We already talked to her. Is the son of the mayor upstairs in their house? Okay, the mom is. So where is Derek? He was hanging out in that one building before. That shed. Could be in somebody's house too. There's barrier number 40. Kick the can is like hide and seek, except nothing like it. Okay, maybe Sophia should not let Colin do anything unsupervised if he's doing this nonsense. Finding spouses for shopkeepers is a Trails tradition at this point. It happened in FC, it'll happen again. You say you want things to go back to normal, but I think you're enjoying your truck. Yep, here he is, you're right. I was thinking he might have been hiding in the shed, but nope, he was down here the entire time. Alright, we'll take a stop by mines, and then we'll go, the moon. Straight to the moon, we are GME. Mirael is here, huh? Oh, there she is. Hey, Randy, you want to say something to her? She addresses Randy first. And there's 41. I'm gonna be so confused when I look through my screenshots for this game. And there's another in the same conversation. 2-for-1 special. Alright, that's the same line. It didn't change, even though it's like a shorter version of the conversation, so we don't count that one. Well, buddy, if they weren't on your side when you walked into the group of wolves earlier, you wouldn't still be here. There's a lot of turning points in Crossbell's history happening lately. Did we see the thirsty girl? Alright, she was here the entire time. Alright, I think that's everybody. Into the tunnel we go. Oh, time? Attack 3 quarts. You said you never got these. Or no, it was the random encounter that you never got, right? So I've gotten 2 random quartz on the ground. And 1 random encounter on the ground. It's wild. If only I could trade that in for the value and actually, like, get 1,000 fire sep of worth of, like, selling. I would rather have the money at this point. Oof. What were you weak to again? Fire. Very weak to fire, in fact. A bell that doesn't supposed to ring. I will point it out every time. The robots aren't here. That's a little suspicious.
ウロボロスの紋章か。
どうやら何らかの力で封鎖されているようですが。
Are they gonna like fall from the sky and attack us? Are they gonna ride up the ramp? What's gonna happen?
そういえば、ここを守っていた人形兵器はどこに？皆さん、あれ。あの大組が。
とにかくあれの共鳴を止めりゃいいってわけだな。
その通りさ。
Oh no.
やれやれ、ここに来たってことはマイスターから聞いたみたいだね。ゴルディアス級最終型やアルカンシル襲撃の件で怒らせちゃったかな。
ああ、ご立腹だったぜ。
まあ自業自得かと。博士や両兵たちのとばっちりを食らった気もするけどまあいいか。ここに来たってことはそれなりの覚悟があるんだよね。楽しませてもらうよ。
前に見たやつか。
とにかくぶち倒すぞ。
了解です。
強そうね。みんな気をつけて。
Alright, I'm going to steal that rush. We'll have Randy do it.
ターゲット詳細データゲットです。
Alright, they don't have that much HP. That's a little surprising. Weak to wind, weak to time, do not use water.
俺の番だ。
Noted.
おっしゃ。
Time to yell.
Yosh.
Alright, we cannot move them. Sad times.
エニグマ駆動。エニグマ駆動。
行きます。エニグマ駆動。
I did not do as much as I thought it would. I think I can just end the fight with Randy here. I mean, it's 100, not 200, so it won't quite end the fight.
ドライブ開始。
行くぜ。
Eh, it ended it. Never mind. Wow.
マジかよ。
I figured they would blow up Lloyd. I didn't know they would blow up everybody. It's okay, Randy's used to it. Please don't. Can't you just leave, Campanella? Can't you just give me another game show?
どう考えても何か仕掛けを用意していそうだな。
それもタチの悪そうな仕掛けの可能性が高そうだね。
それでも踏み込むしかないと思います。
Usually the worst part about dying is losing your meter, but Randy had already expended his meter before he died, so it's fine.
腹をくくるとしようぜ。
Alright, I have expended all of her healing, unfortunately. You know who doesn't ever use his EP? Randy. We can just do that. Alright, I'm guessing we don't need to enter any of the other doors. We can't even enter them at all, never mind. I did all that for nothing. It was right here. I should have remembered.
あれは
やはり何らかの術によって封印されているようですが、いくつか種類があるみたいですね。
両脇の扉を封じているのは結社のものみたいだけど、隠し扉を封じているのは教団の目の紋章みたいね。
ああ、一体どういうつもりだ。
He does like to play a game.
とにかく探索を始めるしかありませんね。
それじゃあ行こうか。
I think we got these guys scanned earlier, right? Last time we were here. Yep, we sure did.
俺の番だな。
Will explode when defeated.
行くぜ。
Boom.
おととい来やがれってな。
What a difference the explosions those make versus the explosions the big boys make. Alright, we can go up the stairs, we can inspect this thing. Oh, we get to turn some knobs. Okay, you're new. And so are your friends. Since you're the one that's the model walking around the map, you're probably more common than these guys are, but I'm going to assume they're in every fight too. Stat downs work on something again, unbelievable. Alright, use Mirage and pretty much nothing else. Hard to hit, you don't say.
任せてくれ。
私の番ね。
おっしゃ。
Hello, would you like to yell?
はい。分析を開始します。情報を入手しました。
Use Mirage, can't hit him with anything.
Good job です。
Okay, never mind. He's an enemy on the map too. Makes sense, I guess. Hey, it's a Skelebro. How you doing, Mr. Bones? Alright, weak to wind, weak to mirage. You can freeze these guys, burn them, and delay them.
俺の番だな。
おっしゃ。
Alright, we have 2 staircases. We have many more staircases. Hey, look, it's time for another annoying fight. That's gonna open one door for me at least. What's your deal, bro? You are a dark cloud, weak to time and nothing else. Can self-destruct. Stop bullying him. Alright, I said time and nothing else. Do I even have, like... Calamity Edge will do, I guess. Can you even yell, or will you die if you yell? I think he's got 12, 13k HP. He would probably die if he yelled. Stop hitting him and hit Lloyd. Thanks, Wazzy. You could have used the accelerator instead. Hey, that's mean. Alright, you can yell this time.
Thanks.
I might still just be better off spamming Spark 9, honestly. Calamity Edge just ain't it. So even on 75, this is probably more. I don't think I moved these guys, right? Yeah, we didn't move them. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Whatever, we have an EP charging station. I can just spam the big spells. That is getting annoying as shit. Hopefully that self-destruct doesn't kill Tio, but it might. Well, that kills Tio. It's not even worth trying to do something like this. Just stand in his face and just maybe it'll attack you instead of somebody else. The crit is also, or the explosion is also a crit. Randy dies again. We can always find ways to die with Randy. That's what happens when you yell a lot. EP charge 3. Well, you're a fancy boy. Excuse me. Thank you. That other one's not in it. That's weird. And now I just knocked a different one into not being in it. Great. Okay, I think that sound means like you're resetting the Lost Woods. Just try to find if there's like another treasure chest. Alright, I'm assuming there's no more treasure chests on that side. You're new. Oh, I don't have any meter on her because I was a dummy. Whatever, just hit him with a higher art. A higher element. It doesn't matter because we're doing this anyway. Alright, she has 20 now. I can scan the next one. That's a big lad. And it's the unicorn mermaid thing. Nightmare indeed. Alright, hit it with space. Can be delayed, can be burned. That it is. Alright, I need to use a battle scope here. Alright, she does not have the move for that. He does not have the move for anything. Alright, Mirage. Got an instant refund. Omega Drive. Got a Randy weapon. Instead of the Red Reaper, he's the Red Beeper. Yeah, it's a decent upgrade. Alright, there's the one giant robot in here. Stop being blind, Lloyd. There's something there? No. Just water splash. Yeah, I think there was one on the side I was on, but I was trying to get to this treasure chest and see if I can fight the guy in the middle. Or I worried about it. I'm guessing you guys also blow up. High level tech that can respond to multiple foes, weak to space. That can be arranged, bro. Yeah, I should have known. Man, even being weak to space, that's just sad. How dare you make people go to sleep? That's very rude. And that made every enemy in here respawn. We have tonberries at home. I'm assuming this is the rare guy. Since we're going to do a team attack anyway, I can just go ahead and do this. My posture is perfect. How dare you imply otherwise? Oh, I already had that guy. Guess these were babies that were in here from before, and I just didn't notice. Well, we can yell about it. I don't like death counter. 7 Days to Die got a 1.0 release. I did not I didn't think it was possible, though. Monster in a box. Color me concerned. Alright, we have these guys already scanned. Mirage and Mirage. I can only assume they're all going to clump up around Lloyd. I mean, how many things am I going to pull out of the AoE if I try this? Alright, back to 200 meters. Sapphire Gem, I think, is shield 4. In which case, we're not going to be using it. Yup. Maybe later. But not right now. Did I get this guy in the book earlier? I think I did, right? Yeah. A Vesta. We have a Wazi Vest. Second Dominion. Because he's a second Dominion. I'm assuming that was everything on that side. Then we are good to go. That's not what I want. Where's the stairs? Here's the stairs. There was probably another set of stairs over here. No, there's not actually. Well, there's probably robots behind doors. That's also a thing. Wait. Why box already opened? Oh, because this is the door that's locked. But we can go in the side rooms now? This is how we entered earlier. First time we were here. Orb. And I have to take an orb. Oh, we placed them on the pedestals in the center room. Each side's going to have one. I see. That's how we open the top door. Box. Gray Greaves. Men only, apparently. Do I want to be fast or do I want to be evasive? Let's get some speed on Randy, I guess. Stop it. Wow, that's does not bode well for us that we've been so evil. So we go up here, then it'll lead to where the chest was, but it's blocked because this thing is broken. Yep. You beautiful box. I love you so much. How close are we now? 1604. We can buy another Action 3. Alright, door and box. 5th blaster. No L seeker, 1 L finder. She found the L, alright. Honestly, nobody was a winner in that fight, though. No one deserved the W. It took like 70 turns. They were just like swatting at each other. It was terrible. The joys of evade tanking. Astral Raiment. We definitely got every one of these boxes in here in the wrong order. I think it was like 51, 50, 48. It is hard to keep track of the story when you're seeing all of it all mixed up like this, but it's not as bad as it was in Zero, though. Alright, we can have more fast. We could have 110 speed Tio. I think it's better to make Ellie a little bit quicker, though. 105 speed on Tio is just fine. Orb. Alright, we got a fight it coming. How bad's it gonna be? Tio does not have an emergency stash worth a meter either, so that's a little inconvenient, but we can make do here. These bloodstains still here. There's an orange in the middle of the floor. That's not an eyeball. It's an orange. Oh, got a little glimpse of... No, it's just a fire particle. Never mind. Probably not safe to walk on that. Let's do it anyway. Hey, Campy, what's up, bro?
お疲れさん。
Alright, what's the gimmick? What's the trick?
ダンジョン探索にトレジャーハント。たまにはああいう王道な趣向も悪くなかっただろう。
やはりお前の仕業か。
ずいぶん面倒なお遊びに付き合わせるじゃん。
少しは障害がないと君らだって楽しくないだろう。道化師ならではのお茶目なサービスとでも思ってほしいな。全然嬉しくはありません。
Tio is summing it up for us.
それにしても君、とても結社なんかにいるような年には見えないんだけど。
そのあたりがレンちゃんと同じような感じなのかしら。彼女と違って見た目通りの年じゃないけどね。
Campanella is a 1500-year-old vampire.
そうそう。クロスベルの独立無効宣言は拝聴させてもらったよ。
Campanella does appreciate a good show, at least.
なかなか興味深かったけど、かなり茨の道じゃないかな。
覚悟の上だ。
たとえ茨の道であろうと、踏み越えなくてはならない時というものはある。
まあいいか。クロスベルがどうなろうと、僕の使命からは外れている。
What ends up happening to Crossbell is outside the scope of my mission. Interesting, good to know. Still don't know what Campanella's mission is. Like, we know they're cooperating with the Croy family right now, but beyond that, like, you know, they're scheming something, but I don't know what it is just yet. The Phantasmal Blaze plan that apparently is also happening in Arabonia as we speak.
その意味では、とっとと撤退してもいいんだけど。
We have lots of surprises still ahead.
最後にとっておきのショーを披露させてもらおうかな。
これは
現実、いえ、特殊な位相空間の展開。
魔術的な結界に取り込むつもりか。
Is it time for another game show?
ここは足場が悪いから、もう少し広い場所に案内するよ。
A more appropriate set for my production.
執行者ナンバー0、道化師カンパネルラ。いざ尋常に勝負なんてね。
I'm gonna regret not having 200 meter on Tio.
とっておきのショーを見せてあげるよ。絶対に負けられない。
Isn't this basically the final boss arena from Trails the Third? Is that an Arts Reflect symbol above Campanella's head? I do not remember what Arts Reflect looks like because we never use it. But I'm guessing that's what it is. But this should still go through because it's not the Analyze spell, it's a craft.
ターゲットを捕捉しました。情報を入手しました。
Alright, 43k HP, no elemental weaknesses, cannot use any status or any stat downs. Conjures strange flame illusions to drive foes into despair. Stop borrowing them from Luciola. Alright, was this where you wanted me to use the chocolates? Alright, there's nothing I can do to him other than just bonk him really hard. We can borrow Lloyd's meter, but I also kind of want Lloyd to go first. I mean, if this is the Trails the Third boss arena, then all these little corners of the room are going to have very annoying things on them, right? Alright, I'm not going to use Lloyd's meter. I'm just going to use his own. And we have to let the full animation play out because we've always wanted to shoot Campanella. .64 damage, nice. Yeah, that has to be Arts Reflect. So I'm not sure how to deal with that unless it's a one-time thing. I am playing on hard. But it is about time I played one of the games on Nightmare, so I'm thinking of playing Cold Steel 1 on Nightmare. I think I've played every single one of them on hard so far. I'm not sure though. I might have played FC on normal. But I'm pretty sure that's the Arts Reflect symbol. I haven't seen it since Trails the Third though, so I don't know off the top of my head. I'm afraid to cast into it, but I don't know what to do with it if I can't use spells. Let's use a baby spell and see what happens. Alright, reflect, and it doesn't end the reflect, so... I guess your job is to strike bell people then. Alright, I cannot impede in time, sadly. But I can reflect chocolate. Oh, recovery dish. Alright, Tio cannot reach Randy, who has the lowest arts defense. Between her and Ellie, they're both like ridiculously high, so it doesn't really matter. I've never seen the support get to go twice in a row. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Damn.
エニグマ駆動。
行きます。エニグマ駆動。それ。
Yeah, my only way to do damage is to reflect his own spells back at him and use Randy's crafts, apparently. Let's not use TO and Ellie's meter just in case I need to zero field or Aura Rain. We can use Lloyd's though. Lloyd's not using his. Imitation Salt Pail, excuse me. I don't want anything resembling a salt pail. Damn, dude, chill. Well, I can't yell. That's unfortunate. Could preemptively do the reflect. Could just bonk for meter too. Sure.
これはちょっとまずいかな。へえ、思ったよりもやるね。さあ、とくとご覧あれ。
The heck?
なかなか似合ってるよ。それ。
You cannot use items while you are a pepper, or whatever it is we are. Does Recuria get rid of that?
エニグマ駆動。
任せて。エニグマ駆動。助かりました。
Alright, apparently it does. Good.
君たちにはかなわないよ。さて。
Alright, Art's Reflect is gone. But I'm kind of afraid of what he's about to do. But I can't use like Zero Field or anything because I don't have it. Inconvenient. Well, that's gonna cancel my cast. Annoying. You've got Recuria, right? You do.
行くぜ。
Alright. Since Ellie's casting a wind spell, she'll get her action as soon as she casts, so I can use the Reflect Chocolate there. I can yell for 200. Then go ahead and do this so I can start charging the next bit of meter. Wait, what? I don't like that. Is this the part of the fight where I'm only supposed to be using arts? Well, now that makes things really messy up there because I have 3 people in that. Alright, at least Ellie can protect herself. Alright, that didn't... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say that didn't hit Ellie. Alright, since... There's no way to keep Randy alive through this if he wants to attack him. I mean, I could Aura Rain, I guess. This is kind of what it's for, but I would rather like use it as a res. But if I'm supposed to be using arts for this part, then maybe I just start casting. Do you have Mercuria? You do. Believe it or not. Is it more important to Mercuria or is it more important to heal Ellie? If you use Assault, Pale Ellie's dead. Alright, I think we just need to try to get some Spark Dines going. Oh, is it Art Reflect time now? Does permutation just mean like the next time it takes damage it switches places? Because it doesn't, I don't know if it's like always active or if it's just like while he's in wiggly mode. So I could have been using crafts then, I just didn't know. I see. So Ellie's going to reflect herself again, I guess. It's fine.
世話が焼けるな。
Helpful. That goes through. What a rascal he is. That was an extremely amusing boss fight. Very on brand for Campanella. There's nothing more fitting for a Campanella fight than getting trolled the entire battle.
僕たちの勝ちってことでいいのかな。
依存はないよ。まあ、鋼の聖女相手に勝てるとはとても思えないけど。
Yeah, that fight's gonna be rough. If I actually have to fight her, I am not looking forward to it.
これにて僕はクロスベルを去らせてもらうよ。
See you in Arabonia, bro.
人に作られし司法の行方。本当はもう少し見届けたかったけど、帝国方面は。
That's exactly where he's going.
今度はエレボニアの方をめちゃくちゃにするつもり。
He's on a world tour. Game shows in my barrel, making people peppers and crossbell. Who knows what's gonna happen in Arabonia? Everything is according to our illustrious Grandmaster's will, including making you peppers.
答えを出すのはいつだって運命の中にある人の子たちさ。それは君たちも同じだろ。
何？
答えを出す。運が良ければまた会おう。果たして君たちはどんな答えを出したのか。ぜひ聞かせておくれよ。
Yep, that sounds like Campanella. All right, buddy.
私たちが答えを出す。
まあとりあえず金の共鳴を止めてしまおうか。
そうだな。ランディ、手伝ってくれ。
私も手伝います。
Noelle, you can shoot the bell.
「上位山属性は相変わらず働いていますが、他の金との共鳴については解除できたようですね。
So if you missed your monster scans in here, you could still get them.
これで塔の金を止めれば万事 OK ってわけだな。
ああ、少なくとも金同士の共鳴は終わるはずだ。マイスターの話が本当ならクロスペル氏を包む結界も解除できるかもしれない。
We are well and truly in the 40s now.
行こう、星見の塔へ。
了解です。
OK、リーダー。
Orange. I don't think I missed any treasure in here or anything. Just out of curiosity, what is my treasure completion at? 70 even. Nice. I guess it would have been nicer if it was one lower, but it's still nice. I keep forgetting that I can do this to the baby enemies. And I should definitely do it because I need money. And also the Mirror achievement, so need all of that we can get. Granted, I'm gonna have to resort to fishing to do that anyway. But every little bit ahead of that helps. Hell, I can't one-shot you, so let's not even bother. We finally have our meter back on Dio. It wouldn't have really helped a ton in that fight, but I just feel a lot better being able to use Zero Field. In case of emergency, you just swing Kevin or Tio around. Block all the hits. Anyway, that's going to be it for me. We made some progress tonight. We recovered our Ellie. We saw a whole bunch of robots, far too many of them in fact, and most of them blew up in our faces. We have a very imposing challenge ahead of us tomorrow, it seems like. Stargazer's tower is guarded by Arianrod, and I don't want to fight her and her little merry band of Valkyries, because she is going to wipe the floor with us. But we beat Sigmund, we beat Ario, so if we gotta fight her, we'll beat her too. That's all there is to it. If we can overcome Campanella making us into peppers, then what could possibly stop us, right? I will eat those words just like those delicious peppers tomorrow. But until then, take it easy.
Nighty night, kitty cat.